Hey y'all, it's me, Wanda D, the motivational queen, your accountability coach, helping you get it done. What is it that you need to get done? I can help you get on the media and make more money. Get that exposure you're looking for. So come see me. Check me out, all social media under Wanda D. Hollis, yes, my government name. And you can also follow my website at IamEnough365.com. That's me, Wanda D, the motivational queen, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
Take time out to focus on you. Don't take on any tasks that don't belong to you. It's a perfect day to make a change. Gotta put the brakes on anything that get in your way. No time to second guess. You gotta put your trust in God and walk by faith. It's time to change your you want and apply. Go far beyond than just try. Goodbye to yesterday. Today is the day to claim your destiny. Just clap your hands if you understand. Just clap your hands if you understand.
Hey! What's going on, people? Needing people. What's up, my brother?
Not much. I'm chilling, taking it easy.
Well, you taking it easy. I feel like singing.
Don't sing tonight.
Can't tell. Knowledge. that hurt me. That was a gut buster. That hurt my feelings. That hurt my little feelings. Welcome, y'all. Welcome, y'all. Yes, this is the Wanda D. Hollis show. I don't know what's wrong with my brother. He done already kicked me in the stomach, told me don't sing. Now you know I like to sing. You know when them tunes come up, I gotta let it rip. Okay. This is Freestyle Monday, y'all.
Monday, y'all.
I ain't even gonna play around with it. It's Freestyle Monday. Where you at, Garen? Where you at? Garen, check. I don't know what's going on. I know Grady is in class.
Grady in class. G. Clark, where you at, G. Clark?
Yes. Let's see here. What's going on? See, what's going on? So what's going on in the world? Knowledge?
A lot.
I know. Did you see that farm bill that they talking about playing around with?
Yeah.
That's some frackle-knackle. They trying to confuse people. That's like one of them banana in the tailpipe experiences.
Yeah.
Because you can't give people a lot of land with no seeds, no equipment. You just gonna give them the land. The land probably contaminated. Can't grow nothing on it.
Everything.
Just gonna give them the land.
Terrible.
Well, I know, but I was checking that out. I haven't had a chance to read it for myself. The bill, have you read it?
The who?
Have you read the bill that they're talking about?
No, I haven't read the bill. No.
Not yet. Okay.
I haven't read it.
Okay. So we got a special guest in the building too.
The special guest.
Demetria Winters, nurse.
That ain't no special guest. That's family.
Well,
you got me tonight. You got me tonight, Wanda.
I got you tonight.
How can there be a special guest tonight?
Nurse D in the building. Coach D. Well, Nurse V supposed to be in here soon because she had a lot of good information to share with us this morning.
She been sending me a few things. I can't wait till she come in.
Yeah.
How you been doing, Nurse D?
I've been busy.
I've been seeing y'all on live together. Y'all been out here networking and getting it together. I'm about to watch out for y'all.
There's a lot of things swirling around.
That's good. I like that. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were at the I Am Enough talk show last night, and Knowledge, you gotta come join us one Sunday night.
Come on, I'm for real. I gotta
You
what
know, you
time?
and the wife, y'all gotta come on out there.
What time
It's
Sunday?
at 5 o'clock. 5.
I'm gonna see if I can do it this Sunday because I'm supposed to go to the gun range with the fellas.
Not this Sunday, first and third Sundays.
Okay. All right.
So the first Sunday next month would be great. But we had such a great time. I mean, and it is G Clark gonna talk about I'm a little tipsy. So I'll be in the comments. That's what. Wait a minute. I know I wasn't supposed to read that because it was in my private message.
G Clark, come on in, G Clark.
We don't judge your tipsiness.
I know.
Sometimes
you have the best conversations when you a little tipsy.
You know what, nurse? You ain't lied either. I'm serious.
Just a little tipsy.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a tiny teeny twinge. But see, Nurse V, you know, she no longer with the corporate nursing. If there ever is a thing as corporate nursing, I think it is though when you like in mainstream nursing. So she's doing the shots. I mean, you know, at the vitamin store or whatever you call it, and so she's scheduled to come and talk about the different things that they offer, like the zinc and what it's for, and then how you can get it. She can ship it to you with your syringes, or you can just go get the little bitty, because all you need is like the little tiniest syringe to take your B12 shot, whatever shots, you know. So she does them all. The zinc, she was gonna give the rundown. So hopefully if she make it in tonight, then she'll do it. If not, then she'll do it when she get a moment. But I know she had been working there some longer hours than normal because that's what she's doing now, as opposed to she was doing both. But she had to step away from the other place because it was just conflicting in her spirit. And you know,
I feel her, and that's kind of what's happening with me. And you know, when it doesn't sit right in your spirit, and when it doesn't align, and you know there's some foolishness that just doesn't sit right with you, you got to remove yourself. I mean, I don't care what people can do what they want. I know you got to feed your family, but you know, I kind of I have a habit of stepping away, and I don't always have the answers of how I'm gonna eat, but I still eat. How about that?
Yeah. Because you know, you could stay somewhere so long and it'll just be a bad situation. And I think that's at that point, that's what it was getting to. But she had made up her mind she was gonna leave, and then when she did, she was like, okay. And the place where she's at, they wanted her a long time. You know, they've been wanting her to come over there and kind of run the things. She's also looking into possibly getting into that business, so opening up like another store. That's why I was telling you that I wanted the two of you to get together, because y'all have so much in common in terms of the nursing industry in general, and then what y'all do, you know, different arenas, but yet the same, you know, in terms of the information that y'all have to give. So before we get started, let me just allow everybody to introduce themselves. You know, some of our viewers may not know who they're watching. You know, this is the Wanda D. Hollis show on Grady Baby Radio, and we come to you Monday evenings at 9 p.m. We have been missing in action because Knowledge has been doing other things on Monday nights, like running poetry sessions and stuff.
Okay.
Getting
How
in.
you gonna blame it on me, Wanda? This is your world.
Yeah, it's our world.
You said she
Yeah.
treated me like a little brother. She treated me like a terrible little brother. I tell you.
Yeah, you wouldn't let me sing earlier. I wanted to come on here and say, "Ain't no stopping us now." Because I had to make up for Grady not being here. He
Right. I'm sorry.
dropped us off like a hot potato, and he said, "Well, I got to go get to schooling." So he's about to, we're about to take it up to the next level on the Grady Baby Radio show.
I'm
So
excited for y'all. I talked to Grady earlier. I'm very excited.
yeah.
Very excited.
Yeah, we about to, it's a long time coming when you stay that committed to what you're doing. It's just got to go up to another level. That's beside, that's the way it goes. So anyway, let's start off with Nurse D in the building, Coach D, as she's affectionately called, and let her introduce herself to the world, to our wonderful viewers and listeners.
Hello, I'm Demetria Winters, aka Coach D. I'm an Army vet, I'm a nurse, and also I'm an entrepreneur and author. Uh, my business, well, I have more than one, but two of my babies, my publishing company, Butterfly Goddess Publishing, and Black Butterfly Queen's Life Coaching.
Awesome. Whoop, 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 whoop. So, knowledge. Let them know who's in
How
the
you
building.
doing? Well, my name is Knowledge Born 7. It stands for wisdom, knowledge, and overstanding. I am 360 degrees of the cipher, 120 degrees of wisdom, 120 degrees of knowledge, and 120 degrees of overstanding. That's 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. That's the carbon in your body that makes you melanin. I am the original dark matter magic. And I thank everybody out there on Radio Land. I'm glad to hear from my people. And I thank Wanda for having me on. It's an honor and a pleasure.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, why am I having feedback?
For me?
Who is that?
Me?
It must be you. You keep saying me.
That ain't me.
Who is it?
That's not me.
Somebody. Okay. I don't hear now. Okay, wonderful. So let me give a shout out to some people that's in the room watching. Hey, Yvette, thank you for tuning in. And G Clark, I don't know what's going on with G Clark. Is he coming in here at night talking about he tipsy? You better get tipsy yourself on in the room if you coming. And so I just want to let everybody know that, on Mondays, we always have these conversations and we never really know where they're going to go. But we try to just bring our perspective, and what we want people to do is just think, just think. Don't let us tell you something, like go check it out. Figure it out for yourself. Search your own soul for the answers, because that's where the answers lie, within, not without. So I want to know, what do y'all think about what is going on with the country kind of like opening up, and the numbers in the people are getting vaccinations, by the droves, and then some of the vaccinations are like on recall already.
I'm sorry. I'm
All
very
right.
sorry.
Do you want to go first now? You're laughing like you got something on your mind.
It is baloney. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. We open back up. One, I don't believe the numbers. True, the flu has allegedly disappeared. Not a lot of talks about cancer. Not a lot of talks about a lot of things that would be a topic in the medical field right now. A lot of hype is going around, going about the COVID vaccine. And I want to tell people this is a live exercise. I'm gonna
It
say it again.
is.
This is a live exercise. So they don't know the numbers themselves. So everything is being played by ear, and they're going off of the test and things of that nature. I will say this. We open back up, you know they're gonna hype the numbers up, and it's gonna make more people get vaccinated. That's probably the plan. There's so much going on in the system commercially because I came into the knowledge game of studying commerce, studying the laws of the water, amity maritime equity law, dealing with the real law of the land because we're not allegedly on laws of the land, just actually laws of the water. So when we open back up, this is my take on it. People at will states are going to still say wear a mask. When I mean at will states, Georgia's an at will state, so businesses that are in a at will state, they can say, hey, to come in my business, you have to have on a mask. They can do that. Missouri's an at will state. It's some more at will states as well. They're gonna pump the numbers. The numbers gonna go back up, and it's gonna persuade people out of fear, false evidence appearing real, to go and get the shot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And people are getting it. And you know what? Um, Another thing that is very shocking. You said it when you say live exercise. I don't think people know what that means. I don't think. I think the word like kind of goes in one ear and out the other, or the fear, or do you think the fear is heightened so much to where we just don't even hear what that you don't even hear that term.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Nurse D?
Well, some people would think about the fact that I'm a nurse and they would assume that I would go a certain way because I'm in the medical field. I believe that things are so because I'm gonna agree with knowledge that there's so much fear that people don't even have the time and opportunity to make educated decisions because they're doing it based on emotion and fear.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So no matter what your decision is, I feel for your own body, you've got to be able to, make sense for yourself about what's going on, what you put in your body. And no, I don't trust everything that people tell me to put in my body.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
One thing that I did not like about working as a nurse in a hospital is they made us
Do certain,
do
but
certain things like get certain vaccinations. And I
mm-hmm.
had a tendency to get ill with the flu shot.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, they haven't convinced me that they've had this these vaccinations study enough for
Mm-hmm.
me to really just believe the hype about it. I'm just, I just
Right.
can't do it. I just gotta really, I'm gonna watch some stuff for a minute, and they have a bad history.
Mm-hmm.
They do. And it's not in our imaginations that they have this history of experimenting on people, giving people
Mm.
stuff, convincing people, you know, uh the sky is green instead of blue. And it's like, well, they're the authorities. They're still just people, just like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times people have their own agenda, whatever it may be.
Yeah. And I always say follow the money. Follow the money
That's
to
usually.
this to everything. Like what's behind the scenes of everything. They did some. I think Johnson & Johnson's was pulled, if I'm
Yes, it
not
was.
mistaken. So it was pulled, but before it was pulled, I know California has stopped vaccinating for a minute because
Yep.
they were finding that it was not healthy. It was some people were having a really, really bad um, effects from getting the vaccination. And um, with now, and this is what I'm hoping that Nurse V can come on, but she was telling me, and you all might have heard this as well, that when some of them said, okay, you got to get 2 dosages. Now they say, well, just get a third one for just just
Yeah.
just because. Let's just get add another one onto it. It's like at some point, I'm just not with nobody telling me what to put in my body.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not with that. I'm just, it's against my religion. My conviction is like, I'm gonna control what goes into my body, and for them to say, oh, just do another one. Now, some of the things that was happening when people were getting that was that they were having really, really bad reactions to it, and
Mm,
developing blood clots.
Mm-hmm.
yep.
Did y'all hear that? So it's
Yep.
because it's changing your blood. So your blood is in nurse, tell us what causes a blood clot.
Well, a blood clot really is supposed to be a protective reaction of the body where the platelets, and the coagulants clump together to control, say, a bleed.
Hmm.
So if you have a wound, then it pretty much plugs it up.
Correct.
However, if you have, a reaction where you have too many, especially if they get loose and get into the wrong area, like they go into the heart or to the brain vessels, see, it doesn't need to be plugged up. The
Mm,
wound does, but you shouldn't have clots going, up into your lungs, your heart, and your brain like that. It's got to have, that continuous free flow.
mm-hmm,
In some conditions, in some medications, vaccinations, or whatever, cause an increase. And if you, of course, have an increase, then you have more likely a complication with it being somewhere in your body it shouldn't be.
mm. Wow, that's interesting. So what do y'all think about the rumor that DMX possibly died from the COVID shot?
I did hear from some of his people that he did take the shot because he's getting ready to go on tour. And he has been doing songs with Snoop Dogg, T.I., with a lot of people, just to, rekindle back, DMX. It was kind of like I wouldn't say recreate yourself, but it was a new project for him. I wouldn't say it was his final project, but yeah, I did hear that. This ain't no African grapevine stuff. I know some people that actually know his people. He did take the COVID back. He did take the shot.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know. I just want to always encourage us to think and don't be persuaded by media
Mhm.
or influenced by leaderships, because what I see is they're putting a lot of people that look like us to say we support it, like your a lot of the local pastors are pushing their whole entire congregation to the line. um you getting phone calls from people. Why don't they call you and tell you how your kids need to sign up for the tech programs and stuff like that?
Nope.
Mhm.
Or the grant
Robotic.
programs that they have for youth.
Yeah, well, why don't they call you with that kind of information?
Right, but they
Since they
try to
care, since they
influence.
care so much about us.
Yeah, but see, a lot of the things that they're coming at us with are things where you're being led to something or to do something, and and as far as something you might not want to do or something that could be detrimental. But if I lose my loved one, then people unfortunately are like, well, that's them.
Mm,
So that's another reason I'm like, well, I'm not gonna just go for the okey doke. It's not like I haven't been there before where I've done something, against what I was feeling in my heart or whatever. But I'm 54. I'm tired. I'm tired of nonsense, and I'm tired of people trying to tell me what to do. I'm a grown woman, and I will make my own decisions for Demetria. Period.
Mm-hmm.
But they trying to lead you to something because of what. And I'm sorry, it makes me wonder, what do you have to gain by doing that? You are not a researcher, but they feel it's okay to come to you to convince me.
Mm-hmm.
mm,
What research have you done?
Yeah.
So what you can't even come to me and tell me that you know exactly what's going on because you did your homework.
right.
I don't believe that. No. And I'm not just gonna listen to you. You remember what happened to the people who listened to Jim Jones. They not here to tell the story. So, I'm gonna have to,
I
I'm
wonder
gonna
what
look
was
at the
Jim
side,
Jones telling
baby.
them
Okay.
people.
Yeah. Yeah, people know the statement drinking the Kool-Aid, but they don't know where it came from.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Uh-huh. What you say about that knowledge?
We have to be careful. But yeah, they pumping a lot of fear, and we not educating a lot of things, and they pushing us to the forefront, and a people that's robbed of real knowledge and real history and things of that nature. And
Mhm.
what's so funny is it come from us. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things that happen for us, like West Nile or Africa, come from the black man, the black woman, which is very important. Medicine come from us. Herbs come from us. We were students of nature, and we saw how nature treated each other, and also how nature treated itself.
Mhm.
And they have taken the science and used it against us. And you
Mm-hmm.
said follow the money. I'm gonna say this: the CDC owns the COVID vaccine test. The CDC owns the
Follow the money.
vaccine. The CDC has also put in a what you call that, kind of like a private disclosure, so you won't know that they doing all of this. And Dr. Fauci is a part of that, as well
Mm-hmm.
as another guy. I forgot his name. Barrick. He studies immune deficiency diseases. And I have given people plenty of stories of the United States giving Wuhan, China, $3.7 million to do research on bats in caves, which can be derived from the situation we in right now.
Mhm.
So we not educated. We don't follow. We follow what they say to us. We didn't never take the initiative to go look at other resources
Mhm.
and other material, and really just have a thinking, like you say, Wanda. Last time we was on, he was like, just you need to sit down and just think. Does this really make sense? And
Mhm.
stop moving off of fear. I don't know
Yeah.
where this fear come from. We move like, they say they said we didn't wear the mask and half of the world would be dead. We still here. How long it's been?
Yeah.
It's been a year or so
Over
ago,
over a year.
over a year.
Mhm.
And Nurse D was correct. Johnson and Johnson, Pfizer, and Moderna have a track record of killing African American people.
Mm-hmm.
Point blank. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
being for real. And then that's another thing with us as a people.
We
We forget
forget.
current events.
Yeah.
You forget that Johnson and Johnson have been in the paper for it was in the paper like 5 years straight.
Right. Mm-hmm.
We forget like Moderna, they did stuff overseas in Africa. Pfizer did things also overseas in Africa, and I think I forgot which one, Moderna or Pfizer. They were under the leadership of Bill Gates.
Mm-hmm.
This is shenanigans, and sooner or
Pfizer.
later we gotta stick together and make a change. If we don't stick together, and make a change, it's gonna be a continued cycle. You
Yeah.
know, it's gonna be a continued cycle.
And I think that's the scary part, because it's almost like we keep saying the same thing over and over again, and people are not up in an uproar about what's happening. Instead, it's like, just go get the shot, just put your mask on. Like, no, you need to question. We need this. These are the times when we need to be walking up and down the sidewalk saying, hell no, we won't go. Like, this is the time to take action, but there's nobody taking enough action.
Nope.
There's just a lot of talk. There's either people that's against it or for it, or nobody wants to say anything. Like, I don't want to rock the boat. I don't want to seem like like it matters, or whatever the thinking is behind it. And what I don't think people really realize that our rights are being taken away.
Yep.
Like, stripped away.
Yep.
I was speaking with someone earlier, and they said that they were posing that they go back to work. And if they go back to work, that the job was going to mandate vaccinations.
That's what I mean, the at-will state. That's what that means.
So you're going to say, for this job, I have to get this shot. And then that shot is a live test. You don't have to participate in a test. But then you do, if you want to keep your job, if you're not complaining, if you're not protesting. Because if it's enough of us, then all of that is just something that they want. But guess what? If nobody goes to work, then what?
Exactly. And that's the thing. I guess I had too much of a big mouth, because I speak logic, and that doesn't sit well. But say, for instance, the hospital is an example of what you're talking about, Wanda. So when it comes to patients, they have the right to refuse any medication or anything you try to do to them. If they say no, is no, and if you do it, it's considered assault. So why is it that nurses are not allowed to say no to things like the flu shot? It's our body. But
what makes you
no
not have rights that patients have?
Exactly. Right. Which makes absolutely no sense to me. And that's just one of the things that bothered me about the situation I was in, being a nurse. And it's like, what's the problem? Y'all have me exposed to all different kind of people anyway.
Right. That flu shot isn't going to protect you.
The flu shot not going to protect me from all this stuff. In fact, for the pandemic, even though I have chronic health issues and my doctor really didn't want me to work, they were like, okay, you still got to work, and we're just going to make sure you're not exposed. But yet some of the people were not even tested in time. And then you get calls talking about, your patient that you had this past weekend, is positive. So then what? And like you said, what if we decide no? And a lot of these people, see, I didn't get to grow up with my dad, but I definitely got his DNA because my dad was the president of a labor union. So I got that battle in me. And I will drop stuff in a hot second and be like, you with me? Oh, you not? Okay, I see you. Because
I'm out of here.
They're not the only rodeo in town. You gonna eat some kind of way. If I had to go mop the doggone floor at McDonald's, I'm so serious I would do it, because I don't I have to feel like I'm in control of myself and what's going on with me. And not that I'm here on this earth. Oh yeah, Demetria was born. When she was born, they said, put a stamp on me. I'm a nurse and I'm gonna work at this hospital. That's what it says on my birth certificate. Y'all know that, right? That I'm going. No, I'm here for me and mine.
That's right. That's right. You're right. You're right. And you have to just I just want to encourage everybody, like if you hadn't thought about some of the things that we're talking about, maybe you will take a hard look at it, or maybe not. That's the thing. I'm just convinced that we're going to keep saying the things that we have to say because this is what we want to say. This is how we feel on it. And I welcome anybody. Like I don't fight with people. It was a time, and I could say I've changed during this season. It was a time where I would get kind of frustrated because it's like, that's not making any sense. But I'm past that. I just say I'm going to let you have your life the way you want it and be good with it. And I'm going to be good with mine as long as we don't have a conflict. We're not fighting, because this is what we don't need to do. And hear me real clear on this. When I'm saying we, I'm speaking to us directly as Black people. We don't need to have any more divisions between us. And to me, this COVID is just like another division, something else that's pushing us farther away from each other, that we need to come together. And we, especially now, all the people, we need to come together to say no to this foolishness. That's why them people stormed that Capitol, was like, they said no to that foolishness. And we have to say no to certain things that goes on, because if your kids are forced to do something and they keep moving the age up, if y'all haven't gotten any phone calls, y'all might get a phone call, somebody telling you, hey, did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it? And then it's like, you have to verify, like, what I'm asking you this, doesn't this, interfere with my right of privacy? If I'm telling you what I've done to my body, isn't that my privacy being invaded?
Well, since they passed the Privacy Act, you don't have no privacy. They have actually upgraded the Privacy Act. That's what I'm saying. So we don't keep up with the laws that they have.
So the HIPAA law just went out the window.
The who?
The HIPAA law.
HIPAA law, that's a privacy law in the medical
field.
Yeah. And to tell you the truth, just like 911, HIPAA is a joke. And the reason I say that is because they tell you have these rights, but then they flip it so you really don't have the rights that you supposedly have. I've had an issue where I challenged somebody on what they were saying when it came to rights, and they were like, well, according to the HIPAA law, I'm like, I'm reading it right here. And I'm a smart woman. I'm a smart woman, and I know how to read and I know how to comprehend. And you don't know what you're talking about. And I need you to go back and revisit reading what it says and finding and figuring it out. Because, and that's another thing. We also are putting so much power into the hands of people that don't have like fundamental comprehension skills. They don't. They just know that, they want to be in power or they want to have certain status, but that doesn't mean that they understand a damn thing, not even what they're doing.
I thought you was about to use some other colorful words.
I was.
Your lips kind of went like that.
I was. Look, a friend of mine from the Army, he said, wait a minute, you're supposed to cuss when you younger. You cussing more when you older. He said, you're supposed to be cussing when you younger. It's fun. I said, it's fun now.
I know that's right. Well, Felicia left a comment in here. She said conspiracy theories made reality, why would you want to take something that hasn't been fully, okay, a little bit too much there, but I get
Yeah.
it. Where were the
Yeah.
protocols that vaccinations are supposed to go through before it's administered to the public? And that's what we're talking about. And normally they would have to go through like a 10 year test
Mhm.
before they bring it out or something. But I think in this case, everything was so timed that this wasn't a fluke. This was all in the making. So they probably had that vaccination together about 10 years ago. And although um it's still not, quote, the right
Let
thing
me
to
find
do.
it for you. Let's see when they had it. Let me find it.
Yeah, but I know I was speaking with someone, and they were telling me how this thing has been in motion for a while, like even to create it, and that it will constantly mutate
Mhm.
the code, that it will mutate every time. So they will never, so I don't even understand like the purpose of the vaccination, because they said you still can catch it, you still can get it, you still be sick, a lot of you still may be exposed. So what is the purpose of it?
The flu is like that too. The flu actually has different strains. And that's another reason I'm like, why am I getting a flu shot? And y'all can't even prove that I'm not gonna get sick
The
from
flu.
a different strain of the flu.
Right. I
So,
don't know that either.
you know, and like you said, follow money, because I'm sorry, whoever owns the company, the rights and all of that,
Mm-hmm.
if anybody's gonna have any positive outcomes from it, it's gonna be the people that's pushing it and getting the money from the sales.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or
I,
those families that's in power. I mean,
mhm.
because trust me, that's where the money is. What you come up with, knowledge? You came up with anything yet? You still looking?
2003,
Ooh.
the race to patent the I'm trying to pull it up. The race to patent the SARS virus, that was 2003. Then I also see what I told you earlier about Wuhan, China, but that was in 2015 or something like that. The United States gave them $3.7 million grant to Wuhan Lab to do experiments. So far on my personal research, I got 2003.
Mm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I also got this dude. His name is Ralph. Y'all can look him up. Ralph Barrick, PhD, Professor, Department of epidemiology,
Uh-huh.
and the research and laboratory has been used as the coronavirus as a method to study genetics, RNA virus transcriptions, replications, and cross specimens transmission. So he's the man who's been studying this thing for a long time, and
Mhm.
they gave him a lot of money as well as grant money and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. So I've been following a little bit of the money, but he's a PhD. He's a professor, and
Mhm.
also during a certain time, I forgot what's the date. Um, the medical schools over here did not want to further the research. That's why they sent the grant money to Wuhan, China, so they can continue the research on these particular bats and caves.
Wow. Interesting. So much fun goes on with that, spending
Mhm.
that money.
Yeah, and
So
you know what stand the word that stands out to me that you just said, genetics.
Yeah, yeah, he's a specialist in RNA and where he's at? Here he is. He's a specialist. Yep, RNA virus transcription replication species transmission. Yeah, that RNA, that's genetics, RNA DNA. Oh yeah, the study of genetics. Yeah, the study of genetics. Yeah, that's one of his one of his
Mm-hmm.
expertise.
The people that usually have some of the most talk when it comes to trying to figure out genetics are melanated.
Yeah.
They're always using us for different experiments. Remember when I think it was two French doctors or something like that? Somebody had taped them and they were talking about experimenting basically uh, on the continent of Africa or giving
Mm-hmm.
the
Yep.
first, vaccinations and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And unfortunately, a lot of the people in Africa, they get taken advantage for, like they were handing off their babies. They were
Yep.
literally handing off their children, because there's so much poverty over there, to where it's like, okay, well, let us take your baby, and then we'll give you $100, and that $100 is more than they get for the whole year. So it's like, oh yeah, sure, take my baby, basically, and if you give me my baby back, fine, but if you don't, that's fine too, because at least this $100 is going to take care of my other children and myself or whatever. So it's just sad. I know I had a friend that lives there, in I forgot what part, I can't think right now, but she was just saying how there's so much child trafficking. So many Europeans are over there, just raping the people,
Mm.
and they're like still holding them up, like, if you white, you right. And we're not past that, and it's 2021, and we still there. Do we ever
Yeah.
get past it?
Mm.
I got
I
a
mean,
guy
do
who went to Africa, and he told me that it was a white man walked outside and they stoned him to death because they thought it was Jesus Christ when they found out he wasn't Jesus. Then they also got a saying in Africa, if you get ready for church on Sunday and you leave the house and you see a white man, you just saw God, so you ain't got to go to church. Yeah, it's bad.
it's bad. It
Bad.
is so bad. And because I guess that's what she was talking about, like thinking that going to the motherland was gonna be this, epiphany and this, that, and the
Mm.
third. And it was like, it's just like none of the things that I thought it was, it is.
Yeah.
None of that. They're like living in a whole nother time period. Like they're back in time, but with that whole self humiliation and doubt and just everything. I mean, they're bleaching their skin at higher rates. They're
Yes.
bad, wearing
Yes.
all these bad weaves, even though we got our share here, but it's just a whole nother different climate on what's happening there. And so it's hard to hear about, because I just couldn't imagine taking my baby and saying, here, experiment on my baby. Like, I didn't carry this child for 8 months. It do take 8 months, 8, 9 months. It's been so long since I carried one. But to then say, do as you wish. Like, no, like absolutely not. So
Right.
so I don't know. But let's change subjects. I want to know, knowledge, give us some insight. What's going on? What's some good money moves?
The money moves is I'm doing research on two. I can't really say, but on the money moves, but it's dealing with a coin that a group of people have invested in. And I will say this: it is in the pharmaceutical arena, so it's a very good coin. So it's like Bitcoin, but a lot of people haven't got on it yet, so it's gonna be really good. I'm
Mm.
Mhm.
I guess I'll give it up the next show. That's the only money move I've been making. Besides me, I've been doing more research on me becoming a wholesaler because I'm in the power arena, which I do pretty good. It take care of me, it take care of my bills and stuff. But now I'm moving higher as far as being a wholesaler and in the field of trying to get into export import. So
Okay.
that's a big arena right there. I'm gonna start off using FedEx as my carrier.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good move, but that takes some time to really to get into the export importing and learning how to deal with the ports and stuff like that, and the shipyard leaders. So I just
Mm,
really been doing that. I talked to a few shipyard leaders in Savannah, and I also talked to a few people in Haiti. Because we trying to do some things in Haiti. I think I mentioned this to you a long, long time ago. We trying to get some apparel made in Haiti to so they can have jobs. So that's
right.
the process that we're doing too. So I've been moving and grooving, but the money move is the internet. Right now, it's going on. You got a job, online store, get to it, social media. That's the money. I know a lot of people already on social media and stuff like that. And not just that, another thing a lot of people are doing now, a lot of melanated people are putting out their own material.
Mm-hmm.
So book writing has been up 40%. And I did the report, and the African American woman in business is up 60%.
Wow.
60%. I was on the call the other night. I told fellas, man, y'all gotta step y'all game up, man. The women is coming and they moving. You know what I'm saying? They are in every field.
Yes.
Sales, nursing, whatever. And some of these women have taken the extra step to getting their masters. So now they have that extra degree, even though if they're doing business for them or they're working for someone, they're getting the paperwork and making things happen for the African American community. So I've been challenging men like, man, let's start your business, get your LLC, EIN
Yes.
number, get your business bank account.
Yes.
Let's do this thing right. And then, once we get from there, we can move on to corporations,
Mm-hmm.
foundation, and then we can really start to see some money because the only weapon we got, man and woman black, is to do business, point blank. We're not unified enough to
Right.
do anything else.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I was just on the show earlier today, and I was talking about that. You know, just being very conscious of where you put your dollar. We have enough resources in the people that we know to where we should be really circulating our dollar with each other, going out of your way to find someone to service you that looks like you, to keep that money to at least I can say, well, you know what? I know that this helps, Demetria's grandson, go play sports or whatever because I purchased something from his mom or something like that. We have that power right now. And it's so unfortunate that we constantly run to big box stores that don't support us.
Do not support.
Right.
They wouldn't even buy a candy bar for your kid.
Exactly. And they don't even live in your communities. They don't shop in your communities. They don't do anything for your community except to take from it because you
Yep.
keep giving your dollars away towards that. Um, and I'm sorry, we have a bad habit of mouthing people's businesses as well.
We
You
do.
know, but to tell you the truth, some of those other businesses aren't any better. Like people always complain about Walmart, but they keep giving Walmart their money.
And
They
there's
always
nobody working in
complain
there. You can't
about
even find nobody.
yeah, they always complaining about not only the product quality, because there's always a long line of returns. Talking about how there's not enough people to get you through the line quick enough, but you keep going. But you
Yep.
won't support your cousin, your friend, somebody you grew up with.
No, because
Like,
they
really?
want them to get through. Yeah, really. It's funny you mentioned book writing in that pile because I was when I was on the show a couple weeks ago and the guy asked me, he said, You know, a lot of people, well, they were saying, you know, I want to write my book, but is it saturated? You know, everybody's writing books. I said, no, it can never be saturated because everybody has a story, and whatever kind of book you want to write, it doesn't matter. You could write a book and you're talking about dogs, how to take care of Great Danes. I mean, if that's your passion, if you love birds, then write a book about what's the best bird feed. I want to encourage everybody to like get into whatever your niche is and talk about your niche. I mean, what is it like to be a Black man in America? Like, that's a book. That's a mini series. That's a major flick right
Yes.
there. You know, so these things that we have inside of us, and what you're referring to, knowledge is content. The world needs content. Every platform is looking for content. So when it comes to it's no surprise that book writing is up. We're doing a book fair, and the platform is open for anybody with any type of books that they offer, whether it's non-fictional, fictional, educational, it doesn't matter, children's books, because I just want to really push people to, once you write your book, that's not enough. Everything needs a marketing arm. Everything needs a marketing arm. You can only go so far without it. And you should want to like dive in deep, and you have to get excited. You know, like, get excited. The hell with everybody else talking low. You got to get loud. You know, you got to raise the roof on stuff, because that's how you stand out. Getting attention means that you have to stand out. You know, you have to stand out. You have to figure out, how do I get your attention? Because there's a lot of things out here grabbing people's attention, and you got to figure out, how can I get that attention? And you have to be very authentic in how you get attention. I don't want to get attention how knowledge gets attention. I'm not knowledge. You know, I'm not Demetria. I have to get attention how I have to get attention. And these are the things that as we do this shift around our business, and we start a business, what doesn't matter what it is, always think about, will I market it? How will I bring that business to market? Because opening up an online business does not move itself. You have to get out there and market it.
You do, yeah.
You know, you gotta market it. It doesn't. You can spend thousands of dollars having websites created, thousands of dollars invested in the business, but if you can't get it in front of people, then it's not going to move. You just created something beautiful that nobody will ever see. So I really want to encourage people to do that. And also with this internet, with this network, you know, with the network of the internet, is so many things to our disposal.
Yep.
You know, there's so many opportunities out here.
Yep.
So many.
Yeah. And don't you think that sometimes some people are thinking, say for instance, social media is just to be social. It's for giggles and laughs or drama or whatever. Nah, because there are a lot of people I know, like you two and others, we conducting business. We conducting business research.
Right.
We doing advertisement, you know, shows and everything else.
Yeah, because you have to, you know, social media, I guess when it was first created, you know, like back in the olden days, like Facebook was a college tool. It was just a tool to connect, you know, in that field. But now it's so much more, and that's why it's such a shift, where they know that the malls have moved from brick and mortar onto these platforms right here. So now it's like, if you're in position already, you got real estate. Like, I have real estate on these social media platforms. And that's how you have to look at yourself. Like, this right now, this show is taking up real estate. So as you create your businesses, your business take up real estate. Now, if you're already on social media and you already got followers and you already have people looking at you, all you need to do is just bring products to them. And don't be shy about it. Hell, somebody got to buy the soap. They might as well buy it from you. You
Yeah.
know, somebody got to eat. They might as well, come and shop with you. So this is where we have to get, because I really believe that it's going to be less people. Could you look around, Knowledge? Look at these malls closed,
They empty.
empty.
Yeah.
These strip
When I first
malls are.
started doing my apparel, when I first started doing my apparel, a guy was like, "You making a good decision." I say, "Wow." He said, "Man, the mall's gonna close in 2 years." I said, "Man, get out of here." And they closed.
They closed. Where before, I remember, and it's so funny, like you live long enough and you see so many things happen. And I'm just going to
Yeah.
take y'all back. So you remember where in your neighborhood you had neighborhood stores. What broke up the neighborhood stores? Malls.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Remember, malls broke up your mom and pop grocery stores, your mom and pop apparel stores, and the hardware stores. Big box came and broke those up. Malls broke those up, and everybody thought it was so cute. Let's just go to the mall and everything is in one place. Da, 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 da. But that broke up your downtowns.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Your downtowns used to thrive and used to walk from one store to the next store and across the street and around the corner. And it was like this whole little outing. And you went to Sears Roebuck and you had hot peanuts and popcorn. And you went to Saunders and you had your shakes and your hot dogs. And you went to Coney Island and you did that. And you just walked around. And then they said, let's put it all in the mall and bring them all to the mall.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we did. Now you can't go to the mall. The stores is online or closed if they didn't make the transition to go online.
Yeah.
Because when what's his name? When Amazon came on the scene, Amazon with no products. No products. They just was a platform of distribution. That's
busted
it.
them up. $1 billion.
Exactly.
And that should have told some people right there, the ones that didn't even try to make any adjustments, and they were all about the storefronts and everything. But it's almost like when Amazon started and was growing like it was a sign of the times to come. And now with people stuck in the house, they shopping on Amazon like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see that, Wanda?
Mm-hmm. I see Amazon. What is it? 12K? 12,000?
That's what I did last year on Amazon.
Wow.
Part-time. Part-time.
Part-time.
Part-time.
That's good. That's good. And people don't know that you could be affiliate. You could be affiliate with Amazon. You can be affiliate with most of these outlets.
Yeah.
And get money. So it's just a matter of what do you want to sell? What do you want to promote? What do you believe in? I always go to what I believe in. Like I believe in things like CMOS. So I would be like, oh, okay, well, I believe in, cannabis.
Yeah.
They finna take that over too, Mom.
I know.
They finna take the CMOS over.
I know.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Oh yeah. Weren't we talking about that the other day?
Yeah.
About them taking
They
over
finna take the CMOS over.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not buying.
And that came straight from our islands, St. Lucia,
I'm not buying.
stuff like that.
Right.
And this is how because the islanders know the power, the benefit of that. Now it's China is breaking it up too.
Yeah.
They're getting in the game. They harvesting it and selling it, and the price has skyrocketed.
Yeah, because they know everything that has to do with us is profitable. Because if you look at, say, for instance, the hair market for Black women, but then a lot of us flipped the script when we decided to go natural. Then they were like, "Oh, see,
let's go into the natural products." No, they coming for you. They
Yeah,
They
because they know we bring the money. It's just that we let it slip through our hands. We'll create things and be so proud of what we just did on, and then sell it. Your grandmother or somebody or your granddad had something and they had a lock on something, and you take it and then you sell it for little to nothing. Fool, they not giving you that much money. My father-in-law's house, they were willing to give this man as is almost $500,000 for his raggedy 2-bedroom bungalow with 1 bedroom.
with one
Because
bathroom.
that house is in a money neighborhood. The gentrification is real. Those houses have. I picked that neighbor. See, I needed the pockets for it, but I tried to tell my ex-husband, let's buy there. We would have been set.
Yeah,
But
and that's the sad part about it is we can't see our position
we
yeah.
don't follow the trend.
Mm-mm.
or get ahead of it.
Yeah.
Like
That's
like
true too.
why like because I was in a clubhouse earlier today, and there's a coin that the entertainers have started, and I wrote it down. I got some notes here somewhere. But and it's only 3 weeks old.
Mhm.
So a lot of times, people always, you have some people that just want to wait and see, wait and see, wait and see.
Yeah.
You have the people that'll just go do it and just see, and then they'll see. And so that's where we are. We're kind of like, some of us be wanting to wait and see to a point to where now it's old and it's stale, and these are opportunities that we talk about that go right by us, and we're sitting there watching like, oh, I should do that, and it's like, no, don't do it. I'd much rather go over here and spend $500 for this new phone or these Jordans or whatever, and they
Right.
could took that same $500 and did something else with it, and then look up 6 months from now they're doubling down on everything. So
Yeah.
Mhm. Or we want to get in when it's now
already
plateauing or
popular.
dropping. Yeah, but then it's at a plateau and it's hard to either buy it or it's dropping, and that's not what you do. Even in real estate, I like I said, all I need is my pockets to be right. Oh, I will be a real estate mogul cuz I can pick them. I can pick a neighborhood. I've had people tell me, "Oh, no, that doesn't, why would you buy that?" I'm like, are you kidding me? First of all, is not far from the beach. You can walk to the beach, and around the corner, they've already renovated and upgraded some of the houses and townhomes and everything else that's only like a block or two away. They coming for it. They just haven't gotten here yet. And you might sometimes I'm
Location is
like,
everything. Well, that's was like with real estate. Like right now, this is a seller market. There is a high demand. There's more people than property available. So I talked to some realtors,
Mhm.
and they were working with buyers, and I said, "Why are you working with buyers?" This is where people become unflexible.
mhm,
Why are you working with buyers where they're chasing a deal? I would much rather work with a seller where I could sign the house up, control it for 60, 90 days, or however long you do your agreement for, and then have them come to me, chasing me. This is not the market to be working with buyers, because buyers, if you're not bidding right, you're going to get outbidded. So if you're trying to
All
lowball,
the time.
you trying to lowball, you go. I talked to my sister the other day, and she said that she put in 30 contracts for her buyer. I said, why you do that? Isn't that, to me, that was just, that just didn't make common sense to me. I said, why would you put, why are you working with buyers? Oh, I just don't want. No, don't be lazy. Go do the work with the sellers, because then do the interviewing process. Get right. I love sellers, because my main thing with sellers was I would tell them I'm a negotiator. And I'm, first of all, I'm about to negotiate my commission. Then I'm gonna negotiate the what you looking for. But if I can't negotiate for me, then you shouldn't want to hire me to negotiate for you. So I'm not trying to be low ball and low put my rates down really, really low just to make you feel good, because that shouldn't even make you feel good, because when somebody comes to me about your property, then I'm not gonna have no backbone to stand up for you. So it's just it amazes me still in 2021 that we haven't moved past being the greatest consumers of all times.
Wow. Wow.
And
You
that's
know
a
what? We
status.
smart.
That's a status for us, right? Yeah, the status symbol for you is it what you can buy, the biggest car, the bling, or the sportiest, or that's a status symbol instead of being the person that sells that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you know what? The hustler gets talked about, right? If I'm standing up on the street corner trying to sell my t-shirts, or if I'm going knocking on the neighbor's door saying, listen, I got this book I just wrote. Do you read books? If I'm that bold enough to do that, then it's like, that lady, she came over here selling her books. So the hustler gets talked about, but then the person that goes and buys and buys and buys and buys, it's like, oh, look at him, look at her, she's looking sharp, da 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 da. Ooh, money on the way, like just as broke as two broke nickels. Like, that doesn't make any sense. I want to get talked about, because I'm be asking everybody what you're reading.
Right.
What
Right.
you been reading lately?
Right. Right. That's the truth, though. When I started selling clothes on the street in St. Louis, Illinois, before I did my own brand. Then after that, I had opened up a store in a bad neighborhood. A lady who had a resale shop. She had a small little part next to her, so I took that. But I sold on the streets in the rain, in the snow, everything for years, and people talked about me so bad. I mean, bad. And to this day, the same people that talk about me come to me, ask me for business advice, and I charge them for it. So they ask me to do their affidavits, I charge them. You want me to look over your letters? I charge you. But yeah, that's how the game go. I started selling clothes. They talk about me bad. He on the corner, he making no money. Then they talk about, that's a shame. He on the corner, he married. But I was doing when I was raised in the streets. I was doing what they call the slow weed game. So in the slow weed game, I would order 5 cases of clothes. I would dump 3 and get the other 2 out in a week. And I would make profit off the 2, and I would do that all over again every week.
Smart.
Every week. Every week.
Every week. But like you said, you ain't the popular guy on the street. You the guy. Oh, he da 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 da. But that's why we have to get past what other people think about us, what other people call us. It's like, I don't care. Just, if you're brave enough to say it to my face, you can say it to my face, and it won't hurt my feelings. It truly won't, because I don't give a damn what nobody had to say about Wanda. I really don't.
I could tell.
I really don't.
Right.
I'm a little slower to the game, but now people like, oh, every time I turn around, you always doing something. I'm a late bloomer, but once I got to a certain point, I'm like, why? Okay, I can't keep doing same old stuff. Holding back. What am I holding back for? For what?
Yes.
Right.
Like if you're going to talk about me anyway, then let me do what I need to do for me. Period. And I don't care. You cannot. it doesn't mean anything to me. Who are you? Like, who are these people?
Yeah.
Like, we were out the other day and the little guys were selling bottled water. So the person that I was with, they was like, they said something, and I knew that they was trying to almost like kind of be slick about what they were saying. And I said, you know what? They are not robbing nobody,
Mm-hmm.
and they profiting. Because for one bottle of water, they got a whole case of water and then spend $3 for that whole case, and they making $1 a bottle. What's that? A
Yes.
24 pack or a 12 pack? How what
Yes.
it is? So
24 pack.
they busting heads open
Right.
off of that $3 investment. They knocking them out the park. And I was counting up the empty packages that they had already cleared. They bottles of water was gone, done for. The water ain't cold. They ain't got no cooler in it. It's just wet. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And they walking up to the car saying, "Hey, you want to buy this water?" And I don't know. I think it was a team or whatever, but it doesn't matter. Because I say, like that's that hustle, that drive that you have to have in whatever you're doing.
You do.
You have to have it.
Mm-hmm.
So as we hope to encourage everybody to start something for your own, right? Knowledge, we have
Yes,
to start something on our own for ourselves.
we do. If we don't, we're gonna be in trouble. We kind of sort of in trouble right now, but I think it's I used to believe that we won't get out the trouble that we in, but I do believe that we can get out the trouble that we in after watching the numbers and the trends. Our people are leading in entrepreneurship. um, we're getting back to the creation and the manifestation. We just have to get rid of the fear, and that's the main thing. And a lot of us are being trendy. We doing things. I hear more people this year talk about copyright and trademark, and it has made me proud. I see a lot. I hear young black men like, "Man, I'm gonna trademark this," and they
Yes.
actually go and do it. I
Yes.
mean, once you got a trademark, another corporation has to buy it from you.
Mhm.
That's an investment. And
Yeah.
I'm just thankful for me, my story, my journey, and you guys' journey too. Because when we see people and we tell them, it inspires them. A guy come by my spot today. He said, "Man, this is yours." He said, "This is nice," and he was like, "Man," he said, "You have really inspired me."
Mhm.
And I don't mind inspiring people, especially our people, and I encourage them to get a job. And I wrote down some things he should do. He was like, "Man, you want me to pay you for it?" I said, "No, that's a free one, man." I say, "But just make sure you follow up and just, don't stay away from dream crushers." That's my thing this year too. Stay away
Yes.
from dream crushers. We got to stop that as a people, crushing each other's dream. I don't care if this guy want to make paintbrushes. Encourage the brother to make paintbrushes.
Yes.
Whatever. Like Wanda said, whatever your passion is, your niche. We can't be drifting off into other people's niches. We need to have our own niche and use our own mojo and keep creating like we've been doing for all these thousands of years.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we definitely got to keep in the entrepreneur arena and start taking back some of the titles and the paperwork that we have just freely let these people take. Trademark it, copyright it, black man trademark it. I don't know what to do. Get it, control it, and then once it evolve and manifest, make the money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, what would be some last encouraging words as far as you would say to somebody, some tips on how to get over the fears? What can you think really hard about when you were possibly fearful about anything, and then what did you do to get over it? How did you handle it to
I
be the
I'm gonna tell
position
you
that
what I
you're in
did. I stopped hanging out. I stopped hanging out with my brother now. I stopped hanging out with certain people, and I really isolated myself. And I did the opposite. I didn't go for the men customers, which was kind of smart. I went for the women customers. I went for the youth, and I did it one customer at a time, and I've kind of made it private and exclusive. I was selling clothes on the streets. I started doing birthdays. I started doing people who want to dress up for the holidays. I would have their outfits ready. You know, would just keep moving. Like a lot of people didn't even know that I was making money like I was, and I didn't, and I kept it smooth. I wasn't buying no fancy car. I was buying Bonnevilles, Oldsmobile 88s, LSs. I just kept it was clean. I drove it, had low miles on it. I was cool, as long as it took me and my family A to B or whatever. If you have to start small, start small, one customer at a time. A lot of people say in business, start with your friends and family first. Those be the dream crushers.
Mm-hmm.
Those be the dream crushers. Find somebody, find a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
I found this one guy. He used to travel all the way from a, a, like an hour away in Missouri to come over to East St. Louis, Illinois, just to sell clothes with me. And this guy had a raggedy car. He used to be dirty, but he was just so impressed with me sitting up on the corner selling clothes, and he would just stop people in the middle of the street. You ain't buying nothing if you ain't buying it right here. And so that was my motivation. And a lot of people say stuff to the man out, and I kind of protect. Like, look, man, y'all say nothing to this man. That man out here making money on his living, and not now he's in California. He has his own business in California, doing great.
Mm-hmm.
Start small, one customer at a time. You don't have to keep up with the Joneses. Don't worry about the rat race. Focus on yourself, your niche, and your brand. Take your time and be exclusive.
Mm, good stuff. Good stuff. I love that because that's the thing that we've been talking about is the fear when people don't get started because of that fear, and that fear becomes a big, 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 super, big stumbling block, a roadblock, really, and we can't go down that road because we're stuck in that fear. Demetria, do you want to share any thoughts on or suggestions on how to overcome the fear so we can move into these different entrepreneurial discoveries?
Yes. Well, I'm gonna tag a little bit on what Knowledge said. You know who those dream crushers are. You know them. Get them, get them out of your business. And I'm not saying personal because sometimes some of those people are your people, are your blood. But when it comes to entrepreneurship, then keep them separated from that. And
Mhm.
also, when we were at our networking dinner that we attended, Wanda, you talked a lot about alignment. Make sure that not only do you stay away from dream crushers, but you find the people of like minds that want to move forward and progress and do something for themselves, because you learn a lot from others that way. They
Mhm.
learn from you. Y'all ping off each other. Sometimes y'all even barter when you need something. That person they may need something you have. Y'all, you may not have the money, but y'all are able to trade services with each other. And that's one thing I'm finding is that people are willing, that's of like mind like me. There are people that are giving me such valuable information that I would have had to go get a degree to get.
Absolutely.
So it makes a difference who you surround yourself with. And it don't feel bad if you're starting off small. You can't compare yourself to, say, Jay-Z now at this point of his life, because you got to think about it. We were talking about that as well, how he was one of the people selling tapes out the back of his trunk. So, like right now, you might be at the tape stage, in the
Mm-hmm.
back of the trunk stage. You're not there where he is now, but he put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to get to that point. And he might have wanted to give up, but one mentor told me that the way business goes is up and down, and then it's okay if you fail, but what you do is you fail forward.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. I like that
Fact.
because all of that is true. And I just want to say to everybody watching, pay attention to your heart. You
Yeah.
know, pay attention to what you're in your heart, what you want to do with. God created us with gifts, with
Hmm.
undeniable gifts that we came to the planet with. You know, and then the things that we don't know or that we want to learn, the education, you know, there's what Google University, YouTube University, you know, regular university, everything's available. But I just really want to encourage people to pay attention to those gifts, because those gifts are what can be turned into a cash machine. Those gifts are cash cows. And as far as I'm concerned, is an entrepreneur should never be broke. An
No.
entrepreneur should never be broke. You know, I'm painting now. I have sold 2 paintings.
Yes,
You
yes.
know, and I got the kids painting. Me and Addie got a painting going on. She did some work to it. I gotta come behind and finish it. I don't know how it's gonna turn out, but we having fun with it, you know, and it's such a joy to teach your kids how to be entrepreneurs early.
Mm-hmm.
So, for those of us that have grandkids or children or nieces, nephews, teach our young people how to be entrepreneurs. Don't let our gifts pass us by, and then we don't remember how, you know, hey, my child got some gifts. You can start, they can start right now with their gifts as well. We got to get back to the village resources, um you know, creating things. I remember growing up how, you know, families would have dinners, selling dinners, you know, because
Yeah.
certain things will never go away. We will always want to eat. And unfortunately, we will always want to drink because we're just, you know, consumers like that. But, but, you know, I was talking to Shawnee the other day. She was like, her granddad would charge the kids to come in and watch a movie, you know, and get them a little snack, some popcorn, some little snow cones, and all that stuff, charging them like $1.50, and they had all of that. But it was something that they enjoyed doing. So let's just get back to doing the things that our heart calls us to do. And so y'all take this information. I hope that y'all appreciate these conversations. We got a lot of comments here. I see your comments. Thank you, Felicia, for joining us tonight. Thank you, Yvette. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. Thank you for your comments. And I appreciate you too for bringing this own party home. And anything you got going on, Knowledge, tell us what you
We got
got going
another
on.
poetry show coming up. I got a lot going on. We got a poetry show coming up. Another one. It's going to be.
When is it?
It's going to be
May the 4th?
May the
No.
17th. No,
Oh, May the
May the
17th.
17th. Yeah, May the 17th.
Okay.
And we have a pop-up shop going on. I will give that to you. I think that is May the 7th.
May the 7th. That's on a Friday?
No, it's not May the 7th. I think it's
May the 8th.
May the 8th. It hasn't been confirmed yet.
Okay.
And we have I will be a guest on another show, which I'm gonna keep it real simple. I'm not gonna get too radical. They don't like the radical.
They don't like the
Um,
radical.
I don't like the radical. Yeah, the pop up shop is no, that's already passed. That's April. That's April the 10th. It's made. I'm gonna get it for you for next week if you come on. I have
Okay.
another show I'm gonna be on. I'm gonna get that for you next week as well. So right now, just the poetry show we have going on. It's gonna be the
May the
same place.
17th.
May the 17th at 6:40 in West End. The
Demetria, we should go.
it's gonna be
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
It's gonna be going down. So we're gonna be in the building. A lot of poets gonna be in the building. I think we're doing a
At
versus
6:40, right?
6:40. Yeah, I think it's
I
gonna
like
be.
y'all t-shirts that y'all had. Put me in a t-shirt, coach.
I got you. Say no more. I got you. What size?
A large.
Lord, okay, I got you. I'll make you
Mhm.
one. I'll make you one.
You know, I gotta keep the girls in there nice and tight. Yeah, because Demetria is a poet.
Yeah, she be spitting that lick. Go on ahead.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
poetry as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Kind of
that's
got motivated by my daughter, who's the big time poet. I'm more the writer; she's the poet, but I do a
Okay.
little poetry as well.
yeah, that's good. So that's 640. That's in the West End.
Yeah, 640.
Um
Start at
640
7.
in the West End on the 17th. Demetria,
17.
what do you have going on?
Right now, I'm trying to see if we can pull this together, but we have a show at a boutique called My Girlfriend's Place. Is close to Reading High School, I believe is the location, and it's a mother-daughter fashion show um, that is coming up right now. I'll be able to put actor as another
Title.
another
Okay.
title for me. There's one work that's like a 5 minute short about mental health.
Oh, wow.
That's and we're in the process of filming that now. We should be able to finish that up fairly shortly. And the same person who's actually doing the filming, she asked me to do a couple of lines in a film that she created. I already did my part. They got to finish doing all of theirs. Mine was real simple and short, but and also um, I still got Wake Up, some copies of Wake Up Winnie No Matter What Volume 2. If you want to get a copy from me, get some motivation from some people who've been through some things and
Right.
sharing some bits of wisdom. And my self-published work is Winter's Prelude, which is a it's actually a collection of my poetry with a 21 day guided journal, and it's the precursor to a bigger book called Winter Storm, about a Black woman going through her own mental health challenges. It's actually going to be like um, a four series collection with different women and different diagnoses, and that's my fictional work. Uh, there's a lot of things swirling around. Digital magazine, some mental health articles on Mondays on my part for a digital magazine called Deep Dope Soul. Ray the Closer out of New Jersey, he is the one who created that, and I actually do get on some of his forums to recite my poetry.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. I love it. I love.
I
See,
love
this
it.
is what you talk about when you talk about alignments. You align yourself to
Right.
people that's moving and shaking
Yeah.
and making things happen. So we're definitely lifting up everybody. We have the book tour coming up. So I just want to say again that anyone that wants to be a part of the book tour, any authors, or anyone that the book lovers, come into space and just listen to the authors talk about their material, learn more about the authors. And also on the last day, which is the 13th, our goal is to have it live, so we'll have people in a live setting, and we'll do more stuff with teaching, like on marketing and just different things of promotion and branding. As an author, people don't really realize that when you're an author, you're just in business. You're just in the literature business. That's it.
Yeah.
That's your business. And what else is going on in the I Am Enough talk show? Every first and third Sunday, we're still at the chef spot. So to get in the room, it's a $40 admission. That gets that gets your food, which it's an abundance of food because we have appetizers, full course, dessert, alcohol, wine, fancy fruity drinks. It just be too much going on over there. But we have a great time, and it's also a great networking opportunity. So and that,
Yes.
to me, that's the most important part. Because I've been seeing a lot of deals being created and made, and people doing
Mhm.
and moving in the right direction. So that's what's going on. And of course, if you want to check out more of what I do, you can go to the I Am Enough website, IamEnough365.com. That's my website, IamEnough365.com. And of course, if you want to talk to me, sit down and talk about anything in the area of business or media or marketing, you can just reach me anywhere. You can send me an email, Wanda D at IamEnough365.com, and we can get you on a calendar for a consultation. So, family, we're going to say goodnight to the beautiful people. And we're going to wish them well, and we're appreciating all of you all that showed up. And please, thank you so much for every like, every share, every engaged conversation, every comment that you put down here. Thank you so much for you, because if it wasn't for you, then we wouldn't even need to be here. So we thank you for that. We thank you. And I want us to take us out. I'm gonna put in this one last little commercial here, drop this commercial, and we'll see you next week, Monday. So Knowledge, you'll be ready next week with all of our information.
Yes.
Okay, great. And Coach D, you're welcome back anytime. We love to have you, because as Knowledge say, you're not a guest, you're family.
It's family.
A special guest, a special family guest.
Look, I will be back. I will be back. Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody else. It was the nurse. I know her.
Yeah, it was her. Yeah. So everybody, peace, love, and light. We're out of here. Bye for now.
Bye. Mwah.
You gotta take time out to focus on you. Don't take on any task that don't belong to you. It's a perfect day to make a change. Gotta put the brakes on anything that get in your way. No time to second guess. You gotta put your trust in God and walk by faith. It's time to change your life. Know what you want and apply. Go far beyond than just try. Goodbye to yesterday. Today is the day to claim your destiny. Just clap your hands if you understand. Just clap your hands if you understand.